People are trying different things around here. I actually saw a copper mailbox. You could tell by the green stain. It may not be illegal to park on the side of the road here, but it's unusual. Alright, so according to the map, I'm like right here, right next to Worcester. And it says private drive up there. There's really nothing that says no entering here. Well, I was hopeful they had bathrooms here, but no, it doesn't look like it would bother with that. It's kind of oh, there's a chair up there. It's just kind of it's one of them parks where they're not mowing the grass. It's just untended. Well, it's a little drive-through area. They don't want you driving through it, though. At least they let you walk. Well, I made a dime today, finding it on the sidewalk. Oh, if only I could walk all the sidewalks every day. I'm sure I could make a fortune. Pretty nice house to buy. Oh wait, oh yeah, sale pending. Oof. Smells just a faint hint of dog feces. Maybe I stepped on some. Gotta say, a lot of nice things that cost a pretty penny are set up around here. Except for that tree fort. That looks like crap. Cops may have a policy that it's better to shake people up than leave them alone. So when you want to enjoy the woods that the government declares to be protected property, the government would rather throw you in jail and let you sit in there than to take up space in protected property. $6 to park here. So all these cars paid $6, or they got the yearly thing. $100 for the year. Wow. I just kind of walked on. So they're targeting the vehicles. Ground squirrels. History. Like 6 or 7 at night, and there's still a gate guard here on a Sunday. Alright, I've never seen this water dispenser. I've seen the ones on the left and right. But this thing? That's awesome. Great for water bottles. I've never seen it anywhere. That's a first. I'm just looking around for places to park overnight. I really like this spot. There's several spots that I like. That one's the best though, what I just saw. So it's not really next to anything and there's cars all around. And there's no parking restrictions, which is strange because down this road it looks like parking restrictions. Maybe it's too good to be true. So they've implemented some kind of 2-hour parking during the day. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then they cover the rest of the time with a permit parking only, so there's some kind of a permit enforcement at night. So this road kind of borders that permit area. They even yell at the buses around here, downtown, close to the library. Just amazed at how I find myself wanting to really bounce out of highly affluent areas, and in turn, on the opposite side, very deprived areas. You just that those extremes are just, they're overwhelming. I prefer the areas that are more in the middle ground. Seems like a little overkill to put these very tall pylons in the front of the house, but that's exactly what they've done here in such a kind of quaint type of neighborhood. There's actually a neighborhood watch sign for this little block. I'm looking for an alternate place to park, and this type of area is very attractive because there's only a sidewalk on one side. I'd park on the other side with no sidewalk, but these type of homes, I don't think they'd be very welcoming to seeing just a Ford Focus parked in front of them. A cheap Ford Focus would be beneath them. Why are there tanks on the corner of the street? That's strange. Right, so there's just nowhere near around this library that's good for parking. It's just all heavily restricted. And I can understand it a little bit. After time limit expires, no reparking in the zone. No reparking. It's like now I'm just getting closer to the high school, which is going to be a problem. It's not a courthouse, but the high schools get pretty busy too. They have to restrict parking. There's probably a good chance that they're using some kind of a license scanner in the olive zone, so that if you do return back to it, then they could give you a ticket. They could say, "Oh, we collected your license plate number here, even though you moved over to this different spot. That's, it's still in the olive zone. We warned you. This is your ticket." So you got residential parking. You need that permit to prove that you're a resident, and then it gets even worse with the olive zone. Does parking get worse getting closer to San Francisco, closer to Palo Alto? It's like, what if I continued north and went to the Saratoga Library? Maybe it's just this area that attracts a lot of people on such a severe basis. I'm actually considering paying that $6 to park at the park just for one day. So people can walk onto this park, but just not park here. Maybe it opens at 8. They have the bathrooms unlocked at least. They also charge a fee, maybe a separate fee to use these picnic tables here. Alright, so I made my attempt at truing by using this wrench and holding it at the side, bringing it closer and closer until the point where it hits, and then that's where I'll make my adjustments. Lefty loosey would be to extend out the thingy, and then that's gonna push it that way. So it doesn't need to be perfect though, so I'm fine with a little wobble. It's like I rode on a $80 bicycle that had a terrible wobble and it still moved, so a little wobble's okay with me. So I was gonna pay $6 at this park, But I got here too early and they had the gates closed, forcing me to drive up that hill and find actual, like, on the side of the road, no marking for parking. I'm thinking that I could probably park on the spot I'm at all day. Instead of paying the $6 here, take the side of the road next to that middle school instead.